Howdy gang, Michelle here for the much anticipated Peony. And I have to say a huge thank you to Becca, first of all, for continuing to be my surrogate hands while I am still, messed up. But also for pushing me to do this. People seem to think that I push others, but I don't push myself, and that is not true. I went to Becca one day and I said, okay, what should I do? Other than a hat, a cowl, a scarf, a shawl, things like that. What should I do? And she's like, you've never done gloves. Let's do some gloves. And that was really difficult for me to do because I can't loom myself right now. So I'm like, it's easy enough for me to do hats because I've done plenty of hats and scarves and cowls and stuff. I've done plenty of those. I've done gloves a couple of times, but without actually being able to use my own hand and hands to create this, I was like, okay, how am I going to do this to make it as easy as possible for anybody to do these gloves? And I figured it out. So these are actually done flat paneled and then stitched together. That way you can make these in any size for any hand, whether it's children, whether it's adults, men, women, whatever the case may be. Guys would like wearing these too, just in darker color. I mean, if they like pink, hey, make them pink. I don't care. But I wanted to make these to where you can do these virtually on any loom. You didn't need, a small round loom or anything. You could do these on any loom. And that was my biggest thing, is I wanted to make these where they were versatile to do on anything. So with these, the first thing that you're going to notice is on here, if you look down here, there's this beautiful little fringe down here. And then we have a clean stitching up here at the top. So I'm going to jump over here to page 2 real quick and show you what you have to do so that you know to get the correct measurement. So we're going to take 2 measurements. And if you print this out, I suggest that you use this area up here to write down your figures. All right. And I even explain what I'm about to tell you down here for your measurements on page 1. But it's sometimes easier for me to show you. So, handy dandy tape measure. What you're going to do first is you're going to get the circumference measurement of your hand, or an approximate measurement of someone that you're going to be making these for. If it's a child or if it's an adult, obviously if it's somebody that knows you're making these, try and get the measurement, or if it's for a customer, ask them for the measurement from a friend, whatever the case may be, or from a family member, and then go from there. So take your tape measure, and you're going to, what I find easier is if I put this right here where my thumb is and start like that. So it doesn't have to necessarily be this exact tape measure, but whatever beginning of the tape measure you have, start there, and then hold your hand out like you're spreading your fingers like that. That way you have the widest measurement. Then you're just going to come up and around. So it basically looks like that. So I know on this one, this is where my 0 is, as you can see right here under my thumb. So I'm going to hold right there with my nails and see what the closest. So that's 9 inches for me. So the circumference of my hand all the way around is 9 inches. So you're going to want to do the width at approximately 9 inches. Okay. So to figure that out, because I know that when you are working with a loom, after it comes down, it tends to shrink a little bit. So I always say put an extra ½ inch in there. So a ½ inch on a 3/8 gauge, extra ½ inch on a 3/8 gauge is approximately 2 extra pegs. If you're using a standard 3/4, you're only going to 1 extra peg. That's it. So 2 or 3, depending on if it is, and the same thing with 5/8. 5/8 is about 1 extra peg, because 5/8 to a 1/2 inch is literally like from this spot to this spot. I mean, it's literally that small of a difference. And then you're going to write that here. So me, I would write, you know, 9 inches, so that I know. Then you're going to go from your wrist right underneath where your thumb sits to the top of your middle finger. Okay. So to do that, I hold it like this, and then I just measure down, and that gives me about 7 inches. Okay. Well, let's just stretch a little bit. There we go. So we're going to say 7.5 on this for me. Okay. Now you don't need to adjust on that, because you're just going to loom it out to 7 inches from here. Okay. I only put 20 rows on here just to kind of show you guys. Don't necessarily go by rows, go by the measurements. Okay. Now down here at the bottom, this is where your fringe is. And that's what these little symbols are here. E-wrap 5 times and go to the next to make your fringe. So what you're going to do is, if you've ever watched my candy, oh, hold on one second. Let me look here. Hold on. I know what it is. It's the black one with the little, or the purple one with the candy dots on it. It's hang on. Let me take a look here real quick. Oh, my candy cow. I don't know why I was thinking it was candy dots, but that didn't sound right. So if you watch my candy cow video, I actually show how to do that too. So you're going to E-wrap once, knit it off. E-wrap twice, knit it off. 3, knit it off. 4, knit it off. 5, knit it off. And then go right into the next one. Okay, so you're not going to wrap it 5 times and then knit it off. You're going to wrap it once, knit it off. Wrap it twice, knit it off. Wrap it 3 times. You got the point. So that's how you're going to get started down here. And that will give you this adorable fringe down here at the bottom. Then you're going to just simply U-knit. No E-wrap, nothing else, just U-knit the body of it. And then when you come to the top, you're going to do your basic bind off. But again, watch your tension. Don't crank that yarn. Don't pull it. Don't stress it. Just let it flow through your fingers. You want to do your basic bind off. And, or you can do a clean edge. It's totally up to you. Okay. Whatever you feel more comfortable with. But Becca on this one did the basic bind off because she's comfortable enough with her tension. If you know that you're comfortable enough with your tension, go ahead and do the basic bind off. If you're not, do the clean edge. Again, I'm leaving that up to you. Once you are done, you're going to fold it over, fold it in half. You're going to stitch on the inside. So you're going to fold it where the inside is showing on the outside. And so it looks like your purl stitches. And then you're going to seam it up, leaving enough hole, enough of a size hole for your thumb to fit through, and then stitch the rest of the way up to the top. Okay, so she stitched, left a hole, and then stitched. So that's how easy this is. And again, this is one of those things that I wanted to make where it could be done on any loom, any size, for an adult, for a child, for whoever you like. So there you go on that. And for this, she used loops and threads, impeccable in soft rose. And you have your abbreviations here, you have your written here, and you have your chart and your directions here. So there you go, gang. Happy New Year. Happy looming. And remember, no matter who you are, your smile could make a difference in someone's life, whether you know it or not. So be kind to everyone you see. You never know whose life you can change that day. Love y'all. Have a good one. Bye.